Unknown channeling. I am Hatonn. I greet you, my friends, in the love and the light of our infinite Creator. It is a great privilege to be with you. It is always a very great privilege to be with those of the population of this planet who are seeking a truth that is singular, a truth that is the only objective of those who have become aware. We of the Confederation of Planets, in the service of the Infinite Creator, are here at this time to aid you in your seeking. This is a great opportunity for us and for you, for it is not too often that the condition that you are soon to experience in its total sense occurs. This experience is the reason for our visitations, and it is the reason for your present meeting. Each of you will become channels of communication between we of the Confederation of Planets in the service of the Infinite Creator and the multitudes of the population who dwell upon the surface of the planet you now enjoy. This service which you perform will be very great. We are aware that, at this time, there are difficulties in performing this service. For at this time, very few of the people upon this planet are seeking anything outside of the physical illusion that so constantly busies their minds with trivialities. We of the Confederation of Planets are aware of the trivial nature of the things that involve most of the people of your planet. Their things seem to be of great importance to them. However, the importance of their activities is a function of their inability to still their active minds and return to the awareness of reality that is possible through meditation. The activities that seem so important to the people of this planet at this time are so very transient as to be really negligible, as are all activities within the physical, except for that activity of service to one's fellow man. For through service, one builds one's awareness of truth. This is the reason for life as you know it in the physical. The reason is to experience service. For this is very effective in creating a deep and complete understanding of the Creator's plan for the creation. In this plan was the concept of service. Through His love, He instilled in each of the parts of this creation the desire to serve. This desire to serve is within everything that exists. It is within the planet that you walk upon. It is within the vegetation, the atmosphere itself. Everything about you exists to serve, and unless an entity becomes involved too deeply in thoughts generated as an action of his freedom of choice, he will maintain this awareness of his desire to serve, as does the vegetation upon your planet, as does the atmosphere that you breathe, as do we of the Confederation of Planets in the service of the Infinite Creator. This, then, this experience is what is needed for many of the peoples of this planet at this time, an opportunity to act and to demonstrate this desire to serve. Many people who now live upon the surface of this planet act in such a manner so as to serve their fellow man. Some of these desires for service are unfortunately misdirected. This is not a bad thing for the individual, for all that is necessary is that this desire be realized. However, it is sometimes unfortunate that the service is misunderstood and misdirected, for it is not as effective in this case as it would have been with more intelligent direction. For this reason, we have suggested that everyone who will attempt to serve first avail themselves to a knowledge of how to serve. This they can do through daily meditation, and only in this way can they serve intelligently. We of the Confederation of Planets in the service of the Infinite Creator avail ourselves to this knowledge through meditation. For this reason, we do not come among your people, giving them our services directly, for we are aware of detrimental effects upon them in doing this. Our service is aimed at what they actually desire. What they actually desire is an ability to realize truth. In order to give them this ability, it is necessary that we bring about a condition to cause within them a personal seeking of service and a personal seeking of knowledge of the truth of the creation. Only through this process can they understand the truth that is within them. It is something that cannot be too effectively given to them in an intellectual manner. We therefore suggest that, in order to create an atmosphere desirable for your service, that each of you avail yourself to the knowledge of how to go about this, that is within you. Do this through meditation, and then your service will be effective. There are many ways to serve. However, a knowledge of the real objective of service is of great importance. There are many illusions of service that result in little or no service. Before attempting your service, spend time in meditation. You will realize what is necessary if you are to serve in an effective manner. We are serving you at this time by conditioning you, if you desire it, so that you can receive our thoughts. We find this service to be effective, for these thoughts generate in you our own thoughts and augment, to some extent, that which you are able to seek within yourself. It will also be important in the future that we have instantly available channels of communication, and this technique is highly effective, especially when the channel is as trained as this channel. It is a simple process, and if you desire this form of communication and this form of service, it will be given unto you. We can only do as much in this area as you desire, for this is the limitation of all of our service, to do only as much as is desired. We are, at this time, going to attempt to use each of the instruments in this room. It is suggested that each of you avail yourself to our contact, for this is our service at this time. It is only necessary that you desire this service. R. Channeling. As I was saying, it is only necessary that you avail yourself to this service to receive it. Gradually, it will become easier for you to receive our thoughts. We realize the difficulty in discerning our thoughts from your own. This is why our thoughts will be of a spiritual nature. It would not be of service to add confusion to your illusion. As we have said, once you have become proficient in receiving our thoughts, it is possible to do this with each other. However, any thoughts which are not of a spiritual nature would again only add to your illusion. It is for this reason that we suggest that you maintain as high a spiritual consciousness as possible at all times. This is a difficult thing to achieve. However, as you grow spiritually from your meditation, it will begin to manifest. I will now attempt to speak through the instrument known as M. M channeling. I am now with this instrument. I am happy to be with you, my friends. As I was saying, all of you are capable of helping to raise the spiritual vibration of your planet. All you have to do is open your consciousness through daily meditation. Avail yourself to the creative intelligence of our infinite Creator. Our purpose, as I have said before, is to aid your peoples as your planet moves through the major cycle change. All that is required, my friends, is that you open your consciousness. Open your consciousness, my friends, through meditation. I am Hatonn, my friends. This instrument is in the process of learning to channel. As we have explained before, it takes time and patience. I will attempt to continue through another channel. Dawn channeling. I am Hatonn. I am now with this instrument. I greet you, my friends, in the love and in the light of our infinite Creator. It is a great privilege to work with you in conditioning new channels. It requires some experience in receiving our thoughts to communicate as easily and accurately as does this instrument. However, even this instrument at times questions as to whether the thoughts are from those of us who identify ourselves as the Confederation of planets in the service of the infinite Creator, or thoughts generated within his own thinking. We can assure this instrument and those who are present here this afternoon that if there are errors made by him due to misinterpretation of what we relay to him, that we will correct this by using control. He has experienced total control several times during communications in past weeks and is quite familiar with this technique. We use more control with new instruments than with instruments who are as experienced in receiving our thoughts as this instrument is. Each of you can arrive at this ability very easily. It only requires that you spend some time availing yourself to our contact to receive as clearly and as rapidly as does this instrument. He too went through a long period of training and conditioning, but through the years of his practice in availing himself to us, he has developed the ability to receive our communications at his convenience. It is only necessary that he think that he wishes our contact, and he has it. For this, as we have said, is our service to you. We are available to you at all times, and we only require that you desire our contact for the contact to be made. It is helpful to be able to channel our thoughts as does this instrument, for there will be many of the peoples of this planet seeking truth who have not become aware of it through meditation, simply because they have not been aware of the necessity for the technique of meditation. This will be the service of the channels such as yourselves, to initiate the concepts of meditation and the concepts which we of the Confederation of Planets in the service of the infinite Creator have become aware of. There will be many of the peoples of your planet who do not desire this information and who do not desire that it be proved to them, as they express it, that such information is correct. This we do not wish. That is, our concept of truth and the concept that we know to be true be forced upon individuals who do not accept these concepts and would rather bury within them the realization of this truth. This is the Creator's plan, my friends, that each of the Creator's children have what they desire, regardless of the consequences. This, then, is the reason for the state of confusion on this planet at this time. It is the gift of the Creator that each of His children should live as they desire. Unfortunately, there are certain natural laws. I say unfortunately. This is not correct, but it is unfortunate for those who choose to ignore them. These natural laws are as simple as the laws that your physical science experiences. The creation was generated by the pure love of the Creator. In generating this creation, He conceived of a creation in which all of the parts would serve all of the other parts. In order to create this creation, it was necessary to build it upon certain principles of love. These principles permeate all of creation, and, if properly understood, as is the right of all of the Creator's children, it is possible to live in total harmony. If these laws have been forgotten, as is the case with many of those who dwell upon the planet you now enjoy, then the consequences are somewhat unusual. These consequences are now being experienced by many of the peoples of this planet. These consequences, which they do not desire, are a result of their desire, a result of a desire that is not based upon understanding of the truth of the creation. There are, unfortunately, conflicting actions that result in creations and experiences that were never intended by the Creator. However, certain principles govern and cannot be misinterpreted or misused. This is our understanding of the manifestation and reality of the creation. Questioner. At this time, a question is asked silently. I am aware of your question. You have spoken of the concept of antichrist. My friends, this is a source of confusion. The source of confusion, my friends, is the concept of Christ. Once this concept is understood, then the concept of antichrist is understood. Therefore, I shall speak upon the meaning of the one known to you as Christ. This man, known to you as Jesus, was born into the physical upon your planet. He was able to realize the truth of the creation, and then he was able to demonstrate this truth to those about him. This man came into the physical on your planet, as have many teachers in the past. Each of these teachers came into the physical for the purpose of serving the people of this planet. However, it was up to them to carry out this service. Each of them did it in his own way. This is within the limits of our understanding of the intent of the Creator. These teachers were limited by the same conditions that each of you and each of all the people on the planet experience. The people of this planet have misinterpreted the meaning of these men. The people of this planet are at this time misinterpreting the meaning of the man known to you as Jesus. His purpose in his life was to demonstrate that it is possible, through an awareness of the Creator's truth, to experience what the Creator planned for each of us. This man worked what was called miracles. These were truly miracles to those who thought of them as miracles. But this was given to each of the Creator's children. He was simply demonstrating the result of thinking in the original way as planned by our Creator. He was also demonstrating that it is possible for anyone at any time to demonstrate this type of thinking and therefore the abilities that accompany it. Unfortunately, the people have very much misinterpreted this man's life and teachings. He was attempting to provide an example of understanding so that each of the children of the Creator could seek the same understanding. This is the task of any teacher upon this planet or any other place in the creation. This is our task at this time. You have spoken of the term antichrist. What then is the meaning of the term? It is simply the ignorance of the knowledge of this truth. This ignorance is widespread upon this planet. This is what is known as the Antichrist. It is the ignorance of truth. We speak to you through instruments such as this one. We do this because it would be a mistake to speak to the people of this planet in a more direct manner. It is necessary that the ignorance of truth be eliminated from within. For this is the only possibility available to the individual if he is to achieve a true awareness of truth. The concept of Antichrist is with you, but it is a false concept. If there exists an individual who would be called the Antichrist, then there exists an extremely ignorant individual. Should this be a threat to any of the Creator's children? I think not. Questioner: well, are there people working against you, directly, as has been stated by researchers? There is no possibility of working against us. We are in the service of the creation. We are attempting to serve those who desire our service. We extend our service to all of the creation. We extend our love to all of the creation. This is in no way limited, for there is no possibility existing for a portion of this creation to work, as you say, against us, for it is part of us. Questioner: let me state it another way. On one of the tapes, you said that a group of people beyond the constellations of Orion, called the Satanians, were responsible for the destruction of Atlantis and Lemuria. I believe the message was from Hatonn. I will relinquish my contact with this instrument and make available another source. The instrument will be conditioned for a short period. We will attempt to serve you in any way possible. Unknown channeling. I am with this instrument. I am using control. There is no concept in the one which spoke for what I tell you. I am aware of your question. There are thoughts in this universe. You think of one thing. Hatonn thinks of one thing. Sometimes there is misunderstanding. There are people in this universe. They are infinite. They do many things. They speak to you. You listen. They come to you. Into your consciousness come thoughts. What comes into your consciousness is what you desire. You are limited because of your desire to be limited. Everything that you think is possible if you desire it. Many things have occurred. I am attempting to tell you that there are things that have occurred in your past, as you call it. There are many of the Creator's children who experienced what they desired. These desires are varied. There are activities which you would like to call evil. Is this possible? A creation that was formed of love supports what you consider evil? Is this in the creation, or is this in your consciousness, or are these two things one thing? Questioner: it's as much a part of creation as any other duality? There are many activities that occur upon the surface of the planet at this time that are considered to be evil. There are groups who express themselves in ways that were never considered by the original thought. The original thought, however, provided for no limits on expression. It is possible, therefore, for any of the Creator's children to express themselves in any manner that they desire. For this reason, throughout the creation, there are individuals and groups expressing themselves in infinite numbers of ways. You, at your present state of understanding, consider some of the expressions to be evil. We consider them to be expressions. We find, for our purpose, certain expressions to be of a more beneficial nature to our own enjoyment than others. There are, however, expressions of an infinite quality and infinite quantity occurring throughout the creation. We attempt to serve those within the creation who desire our service. They desire our service because they are interested in our concept of truth. We believe that our concept of truth is correct. In our understanding, we know that our concept is correct. There are many who would disagree with what we understand. This is their privilege. There are such groups as the one to which you have referred. They express themselves in a way that we do not desire. They do not desire our service. We would freely serve them in any way that we could. However, they do not desire this. Therefore, we do not serve. There are groups known as the type which you have mentioned. The concept of Satan, of which you have spoken, is to some extent correct. This concept is as follows. The one known as Satan was interested in experiencing the result of a desire of individualization, a desire for isolation. There are many of the Creator's children who are at present desiring isolation. In our understanding, this is not possible. The creation is full of the expressions of the Creator. Isolation is only possible through the creation of illusion. In creating the illusion of isolation and intense individuality, the one known as Satan has experienced his desire. He has attempted to serve others in giving to them the experience of isolation, and many have sought this experience. For this reason, there are many groups who actively seek to experience isolation. This, then, is occurring and has occurred within the creation. This is a part of the original thought of the creation, that each of the parts might fulfill their desires. I hope that I have been able to act through this instrument to bring to you our understanding of this concept. Unknown channeling. I am with this instrument. I am Hatonn. I am with you once more in the love and the light of our infinite Creator. I am going to speak, as requested, on the subject of meditation. We of the Confederation of Planets, in the service of the infinite Creator, suggest that there are certain things that are important if you are to effectively meditate. The first and most important is that you allow the conscious mind to relax. It is necessary to relieve it of thoughts that are of a transient nature, and we find that thoughts concerning most of the daily activities are of a transient nature. In order to allow the mind to become receptive to things of other than a transient nature, it is suggested that you sit in a quiet place with the spine erect. This is the most important of the techniques of meditation. A silent place is very beneficial, however, not necessary. It is more beneficial to an individual who is starting to meditate than it is to an experienced individual. In order to remove the concepts of an intellectual nature that involve the mind in transitory thoughts, it is suggested that something to fascinate the intellect can be at times of use, such as music, or what you have called a mantra. This, however, is not necessary. What is necessary is that thoughts that are of an intellectual nature be allowed to leave the consciousness. Are there any other questions on this subject? Questioner: what technique do you use for clearing your mind? Mantra? Do you just be quiet and make sure that your mind slows down, stops? The instrument stated that he would speak himself rather than channeling.